Namaste and shalom and a heartfelt welcome to everyone joining in. I cannot tell you how much it means to me that so many of our hearts are coming together to join in both prayer and healing and also brainstorming how we can best support those in the Middle East, in Israel, in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Egypt, in this whole war-torn region. And I wanted this to be a special healing night for all of us, where we get to join together in prayer and bring all of our light and our love to that region of the world that so much needs it at this point, and also have time for healing personally. And so, a heartfelt welcome to all the Journey beloveds who are coming from all around the world, from the 39 countries that we work in. And also a heartfelt welcome to those of you joining from Facebook and YouTube, and to everyone. And let this be your time that you take just for you. And I don't know if you're like me, I have been torn apart since I first got word on that Saturday morning about what was happening in the Middle East. And I found that as I opened with all the trauma there, suffering, and we're not naming countries here, we're talking human beings suffering. And as I opened my heart, I felt and still feel splayed wide open. And I'm so grateful that so many of you want to come with this humanitarian, universal offering of love, of prayer, of healing. And I've always found that when we heal ourselves, it's like we make it possible for others to also heal. And we create in the collective one a healing consciousness for us to be given permission to heal, even in the face of all the atrocities, the pain, the suffering, the death, the loss that's happening at all sides. And so I welcome you to let this be your time for healing, for coming to a deep place of peace inside. And all of us came into this world, or science would tell us this, as this vast field of love, of peace, of oneness, where we felt ourselves to be part of and in everything. We felt so one with all of existence as this vast field of awareness that when Mother's Hand came before our eyes, we experienced Mother's Hand as being part of ourselves. And then unfortunately, this radiant, enlightened awareness, this love, this oneness that is all of our essence, it gets covered over with the trauma, the pain, the suffering, the shutdowns. And we put a lid over all of it. And tonight, the invitation is to take our lids off, to open down through all the pain, the lies, the trauma, and open again into this vast field of love that is your essence. And it's from that place that all healing will commence. And we'll get a chance to go through some deep journey work with healing. So with all my heart, I thank you in joining in this collective prayer for healing for our world. And I thought it'd be beautiful to begin with a guided introspection and a prayer. And when we're in the midst of this prayer, I'm going to ask that we really join in a medicine mantra for healing of our world. And so Chris will put that on so that we can all sing along with it or speak along with it and just speak the words into your room. And so I'll guide us into this worldwide prayer. And then we'll take it from there, chanting this healing prayer for our entire world, not just the Middle East, but for the 8 billion plus souls on our planet. So if you'd like to join me, let's all of us together. Let's take a nice deep breath in and sighing it out into your rooms. And another nice deep breath in, and as if you're blowing out of the room everything that's taken place today. Just take a deep breath in and blowing it out of the room. And now taking a deep breath in of openness. Openness to whatever our hearts wish to reveal to us. Openness to our souls, to life, to grace. And breathing openness into the room. And trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in life. Trust in grace. Trust in one another. Breathing trust into our rooms. And we can now close our eyes and letting our hearts be as wide as the world. Wide enough to welcome the 8 billion plus souls that inhabit our planet. That's how vast this vast open sky of all love is. And it's vast and it's infinite and spacious, free in front of you. is eternal, vast, infinite behind, and spacious and free and endless to all sides of you is boundless below. Skyline. We're just resting here, hearts splayed wide open in this vast field of love. This infinite field of love, embracing our whole planet. And somehow, many of us have been bracing against life, defending against it, putting up walls, and just giving permission right now to your body and your being and your heart just to relax and open wide, feeling yourself smoothing your forehead and softening the corners of the eyes, releasing the muscles in the cheeks and softening the corners of the mouth, and softening our throat and our neck muscles. So much emotion has been choked back during this horrific time. And just giving permission to your throat just to relax now, as if it's limp like spaghetti noodles. And just softly opening and letting your body and your heart and your throat know it's okay to feel. It's okay to allow whatever emotions are here to give rise to themselves. And softening your shoulders. So much responsibility has been carried during this time. And just asking some angels or some force of life to come. And for this session, just to remove all burdens of responsibility. And what if your only responsibility right now is just to relax and open your heart. And in softening the shoulders and going to your heart area. And feel that whole area is softening. So often I've thought I was being heart open, but when I've gone to the heart area, I've seen that there's a way that I closed off my heart. I got scared. And so consciously choosing right now to open the door to your own heart. As if you're saying, I'm open to life. And there's been billions of molecules with your name on it, knocking at your door. Your whole life long, molecules of grace, of love, of healing, and let it flood into your heart area, flooding like waves of light, of love. As a matter of fact, softening your whole front of your body and opening the door of the whole front of your body and just let this deluge of love, of light, has been knocking at your door your whole life long, to flood in now, flooding all your cells, your organs, every molecule an expression of that light. All the spaces in between are saturated with it, filled with it. and just letting it flood in. And then flooding into your solar plexus region and breathing that light in. And with the out breath, releasing what's here to be released and breathing now into your belly and your pelvic region. And with the out breath, releasing what's here to be released and breathing into the whole of the torso. And with the out breath, just releasing what's here to be released and just the waves of love, of grace, of healing flooding in, saturating every cell, every molecule, all the spaces in between. And breathing now into your backside and breathing all this light, this love in, and your upper thighs, just breathing it in. And with the out breath, releasing what's here to be released and breathing into the legs, the thighs, just breathing that light in, and your knees and your shins and legs, just breathing the light in. And with the out breath, releasing what's here to be released. And then if somehow you've been bracing against life, defending, putting up your armor, which is natural at a time like this, feel as if if there has been walls that you've been erecting, feel like the walls are crumbling, that they're dissolving and they're being swept out of your room, that the armor is softening and melting and falling away, and that there's just the same light inside, same light outside, that there's no out or in. And even going up to your mind, and it can feel like the mind shut down in a way, it numbed out. And your mind can become tight, like a tightly held fist or a bud. And breathing that light in, that love in, and with the out breath, releasing as if your mind is opening like a flower to the sun. And the heart is opened. The mind is open. The body is open. Even your cells are open. All of life is open. And awareness itself is as vast as the whole world. All of us, the 8 billion plus souls here, came in as this light. And imagine right now, the 8 billion plus souls as points of light on our planet. And all of our souls are connecting now like a worldwide web of light. Connecting all hearts, the same one light that lives in all of us. This worldwide connection. And seeing our world as if a deluge of grace is pouring over our whole planet. All souls being bathed in that love, in that light. And bringing our awareness now to the region that is so war-torn right now in the Middle East, where so much suffering has been going on. And seeing this deluge of light, a shower of love, of healing grace, and feeling that we're throwing together a great golden sun of light to that area of our world. And that the waves of awakening, of healing, of love are going out from there. And in this love that is bathing our whole world, and this great golden sun of light, of love, of healing in the Middle East, with this continuous waves of awakening and healing going out. And let us sing together this Tibetan healing mantra. And the words to this, Mitan and Deva Premal, they start out this song, this healing chant. And this is a thousands of year old medicine mantra. And it starts out in English with the words, in the light of love, we are whole. In the light of love, we are home. In the light of love, we heal and sing, thy will be done. And then the Tibetan words, Om Shri Danvantre Namaha, meaning I invoke the healing presence of the whole universe. And we'll keep seeing this great golden sun sending the waves of healing and awakening from the Middle East out to the whole cosmos, to the whole world, to the 8 billion plus souls and all the creatures and all of nature. All of it will be bathed in the power of this healing chant. And even if you don't know the song, catch on if you can hear it, and speak out or sing out the words with all your heart. And so joining me, let's reverberate the grace of this medicine mantra to our world in the light of love.
In the light of love, we are whole. In the light of love, we are home. In the light of love, we heal and sing. Thy will be done. In the light of love.
Just resting here in this great golden sun, in the light of love, a love that is vast, infinite, spacious, free, boundlessly spacious and vast, free behind is infinitely spacious to all sides. We're just resting here, soaking, steeping in this love. So that eyes open or eyes closed, same. The heart remains as wide as all of us, bathed in this one light, this one, just soaking in that, bathing it, drenching, and taking a nice deep breath in, letting it out. Another nice deep breath in. Sigh. And you can open your eyes now into this love, into this light. And with the eyes open, just be aware of how infinite and spacious this love is, this vastness, this presence, this grace is in front of you. With your eyes open, be aware how this presence is endlessly free behind you and infinitely spacious to all sides of you. And that you are just this vast, open sky of all love, all acceptance. And so staying wide open here in this love, in this acceptance, I wanted to speak to a healing process that we're going to undergo together in the collective one together. And there are many who are dialing in from the Middle East who are being directly impacted, who may have lost loved ones or had loved ones kidnapped or wounded. And it's on both sides of the divide. And in this healing work we're doing, there is no divide. It's just healing, love being offered on all sides. And for those of us in the rest of the world, we have been feeling the reverberations of that pain, that suffering. And each of us have our own healing that needs to take place. And so I thought it would be beautiful if we just take a moment and let's all of us together, let's take a nice deep breath in, letting it out and just closing your eyes for a moment here. And if you're like me, during this time, there have been many times where I just got triggered and tears came and pain came, and I found myself having to open even wider into this. But I'd like to make this personal for each person, that each of you have your own experience. And so go to some recent memory, perhaps something from today or even from this last couple of weeks, and go to a time where you really got triggered, where you read something, something took place, someone said something, you heard something, but something took place where there was a big reaction. And often in the face of pain, what we do is we shut down, we freeze, we explode out, we retreat. We do anything but actually feel what's here. And so let's go to a recent time where you have been triggered. And really step into that picture, to the moment where you really felt someone said something, you read something, you saw something, some circumstance happened, and there was some sort of reaction. Either a shutdown or withdrawal or an explosion out or just running away, a denial, a freezing, where there was some reaction. Go to that very moment of the reaction. Go right into that moment and experience viscerally right now what happened with your body, your heart, your mind as you reacted. Just feel that right now. And now roll the cameras back to the moment where the impulse came to react, because there was a drive to react in a certain way, wasn't there? So roll the cameras back to that millisecond before you actually reacted. And then roll the cameras back to just before that drive, that impulse to react. And just open wide. With what were you really feeling at that time? Prior to the shutdown, the reaction, the withdrawal, just open up and really let your heart open wide. And what were you really feeling at that time? And just speak out whatever that feeling was. Just speak it out into your room right now. And just feel that there is this huge embrace of love that is here, that is welcoming that emotion right now. That this vast love that is pervading all of existence is a soft and gentle embrace, welcoming that emotion, that feeling. And if a little child came to you and said, "Mommy, I'm scared," or "Daddy, I'm scared," you take all your love and you'd embrace that child. It's okay. It's all allowed. It's okay to feel this. We all feel this. And so just embracing, letting all of the love of existence embrace that emotion that you were feeling right before you reacted. And as you gently hold this emotion in your love, you're just asking, what's even deeper in the core of this more surface feeling here? What is even deeper than this more surface feeling? And just welcoming it to give rise to itself. And again, just allowing this huge, vast embrace just to welcome it and embrace it gently, tenderly. Whatever feelings here, it's all welcome. It's all allowed. And just allowing the love to bathe this feeling. It's okay to feel this. It's all okay. It's welcome. And then asking if there were an even deeper feeling in the core of this feeling that's here. And feel yourself just opening into whatever that deeper feeling is. It may be as quiet as a whisper. It may be very loud and attention-seeking. just this welcoming of whatever feeling is here. And just once again, this vast field of love, just tenderly embracing it, welcoming it, feeling yourself opening, expanding even deeper, even wider, asking if there's something even deeper in the core of this. What might that be? Just welcoming whatever feelings here. Welcoming and just letting this vast love, this embrace this feeling. It's all okay. It's okay to feel. And just tenderly loving this emotion, embracing it, feeling it beginning to expand as you're opening even wider into the very depths of it, into this love that is prior to all emotion, and feeling yourself just opening into that, expanding in that, melting in that. It's into this vast love, this light, this peace that has always been and will always be who you really are in your essence. Yet this love, this light, this peace, it's not a landing place, it's an opening. It continues to open and expand even vaster and freer. The love saturating, the light, the peace, the oneness. It is infinite and spacious, free and endless in front of you. Peace, this love is just opening and expanding vaster behind you. It's expanding even freer and more vast to all sides of you. And still, there's an opening even deeper, a free falling, a letting go and expanding into this vastness of being, and asking, who am I? Who are you? Feeling yourself inescapably, unavoidably, faster. Just feel. Who are you? In this wordless presence, expanding even vaster and freer. And imagining right now that there is a campfire made up of this great golden light, this love, this universal love. And at this campfire, the welcoming of a younger you can be any time in your life from 0 right up to now, and to present day you. And inviting also to this holy, sacred campfire a divine mentor who's in divine wisdom you trust. And asking the mentor, who else needs to be at this healing, holy campfire? Who else needs to be here? Perhaps if you've lost a loved one, bringing that loved one to this campfire. Or perhaps our issue is with God, the divine itself. Or perhaps even this campfire just needs to happen between you and yourself and the younger you. But welcoming, asking your mentor, who needs to be here at the sacred campfire for healing of my soul, of my heart? Who needs to be here? And now welcoming a younger you, and it could be a younger you from yesterday. It could be a younger you that just was born. But right now, that younger you is going to sit in the lap of a guardian angel. So the younger you feels safe. And you're going to give the younger you a voice. Because during this crazy time we've been living through, most of us braced and defended and got armored, and were incapable of just allowing emotions to be expressed, words to be expressed. We didn't know. No one gave us a manual how to deal with this. And so now letting that younger you open up their whole heart and being held in the arms of grace and giving that younger you a voice. And whoever the younger you needs to speak to, giving the younger you a balloon of the ability to finally express what's here and breathe that consciousness in. And a balloon of safety, that it's safe to express, and breathing that in. And then trust in your soul, that your soul wants you to heal. Breathing that in, that trust. And then the courage to be wide open and exposed to whatever needs to come up and come out and be released. So breathing open exposure into the room. So letting the younger you have a voice and be allowed to express this that couldn't be expressed, that you didn't have the tools to express or the coping mechanisms to express. And now you do have them, and gently allowing whatever needs to be spoken come up and out and be spoken to the other person or God or to yourself or whoever needs to be there. And on the count of 3, just begin allowing to come out what needs to be said, what is really here in your heart. 1, 2, 3. And you can begin whispering out loud in your own room. And it's important that you do speak it out loud because it needs to get up and out. Otherwise, it just stays inside. And so welcoming it just to come up and out, whatever needs to be expressed about anything on any level, just allow what the heart wants to say, what your being wants to say. 1, 2, 3. Keep emptying out just whatever's here right now, whatever sounds or words or whatever needs to come out, just let it finally come out and be expressed. And keep speaking, keep voicing, giving, allowing the heart to open and express. Keep speaking, whispering out loud. Pain that's been here, the fear that's been here, the anger, the rage, whatever needs to come out, just letting it come out. Even if it's at the divine, if it's at God, let it all come out. Let everything that you have not been able to express, give voice to, just let the dam break loose and just let it flood out of you. And if whoever's listening, whoever that may be, even if it's the divine, even if it's just your own self, had any words to reply, feeling that the words have gone in deeply and have been heard at the deepest level. If a reply could come, what would be here? And let that response be here, speaking it out loud to the room. And really hear yourself saying those words. It's really important that you hear those words. They touch your ears at the same time they're being spoken. If words could be replied, what would be said? What would be spoken about what you just shared at the campfire? As you listen to the words, let them go in. And if you could respond from the deepest part of yourself to those words, to that sentiment, to that expression, what would you reply? And just give permission to the younger you just to release, to express, to allow whatever needs to be spoken or expressed. Give yourself a voice. Your body will never give you something you're not ready to voice. But if it is coming up, you are ready. And so just give yourself a voice and let it be released. 1, 2, 3. That if the depths of your soul could express what's here, it may not be pain, it may be words of love that needed speaking, that maybe weren't uttered in time, words of gratitude for whoever this person is. It may be words of pain or rage or fear, just letting it all come out. And now giving a voice to whoever else is sitting there, even if it's just yourself or the divine or another person or lots of people, giving a voice to that one. They can respond to you, but let it go in, let your words go in deeply to the deepest level. And if they could respond, what would they say? And give a voice to that. Let the words come out. This other person or divine or yourself or the mentor, just let words respond to what you've shared. If you could really hear those words, you have to speak them out loud, otherwise this process doesn't work. So they have to hit your own ears, just as your own words need to hit your own ears. If you could respond, that younger you could respond, what would that younger you say? From the deepest part of your soul, what would you say? And again, they could drink those words in and really take them in at the deepest level and could respond from their hearts. Even if it's you're talking to yourself or to God or to a loved one or a group of people, from the deepest place, what would be the response to what you've just said? Speak it out loud. Really let the words touch you. Go in deeply. And now asking the mentor, does the mentor have anything to say about this exchange that's happening? This voicing, this expressing. Give the mentor a voice and let words be spoken out loud. Now asking the present day you, the one sitting here right now, to open your own heart. And there's been words that need expressing. There's been emotions that need to come out that you've been holding back behind a dam. And just open the floodgates right now and just let it all pour out and voice it out loud. Give words, give expression. Let all what's here just pour out on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Letting the present day you just empty it all out. Empty out whatever's here to be said, to be spoken, to be expressed, to be felt. 1, 2, 3. Emptying it out. Voicing it into your room. Really let life know, God know, the other person or yourself know out loud what you're really feeling. Giving permission to release those unspoken words that could not be said. Let it all come. And even that you don't have words for. Let it come out. Let it all come out. And really allowing the words to go in deeply to this other person or people or to yourself or to the divine, to God. Let the words go in deeply into the deepest part and be heard and felt. And is from the deepest part of their souls, of life, they could respond. What they respond. Truly hearing what's here. Just letting it all come out, be wholly expressed, and drinking in what they're saying. And again, if the present day you had anything further to release, to express, to let it all out on the count of 3, having heard what the other expressed, letting it come out. Give voice to the inexpressible, this that you've not been able to say, that you've not found words for. They could really drink in at the deepest level whatever's here and could respond. Let that response come now. And once again, drinking in those words, that expression, and asking the mentor if the mentor has anything to say about this entire conversation, even if it's a conversation with yourself. What would the mentor say? And let it be spoken out loud. Let everything happen out loud. And you might even ask the mentor, if it's appropriate, You may not condone what has happened. You may feel it's unacceptable by any country's standards, human standards, life standards. What has happened, whatever it is, may not have been acceptable. Asking the mentor if it's appropriate that this being or yourself or God, if it feels appropriate, it may not, if some modicum of forgiveness, not for the actions. We say no to actions that are unacceptable to the soul. There may be souls of our loved ones who have now passed, who need to know that they're forgiven for whatever they need to be forgiven for. And so, if that feels appropriate, just giving the younger you a voice to express words of forgiveness if the soul of whoever's here needs forgiveness and it feels right. Oh, however much is available to you. And if you need to be forgiven for anything, ask for it. May not have gotten a chance to say words of love and words of forgiveness before the soul, before that being passed. And you may need to be forgiven. And so asking to be forgiven for whatever you need to be forgiven for. Letting the younger you open your heart and just receive it. And coming to the present day you. And just asking the present day you, even though you may not be able to condone what took place, it's not acceptable on any level of being by anyone's standards. If only if it feels appropriate, even though we say absolutely no to the unacceptable. Are you willing to forgive the soul of this person? And if so, to what degree? Maybe only a little bit, or maybe wholeheartedly, or maybe not at all. Maybe there's not a readiness yet. Just sending whatever feels appropriate. You're not speaking to the personality, it's just soul to soul. And again, if you need to be forgiven for anything, the present day you needs it. Just welcoming forgiveness. And making a prayer that whoever is at this campfire with you, that somehow they can come to forgive themselves, if that feels appropriate. Letting them merge to the light. There's just you younger you and a mentor here now. Just saying to the younger you, I'm so sorry. Say these words out loud. I'm so sorry for all the pain. And from now on, I will love you. And I will protect you. And you can have access to this love that I am and that you are anytime you like. And receiving any final words of wisdom from the mentor. And then hugging the younger you. Letting the younger you grow up inside of you. In this love that is here. This peace. This acceptance. This forgiveness. And then opening a hole in the top of your head. And a funnel is going up into the heavens. And this light of healing grace is like sweet streams of love, of light, of healing grace pouring down now from the heavens into your brain cells, pouring down straight in the inside of your body, into your eyes, into your face, pouring on down into the back of the brain, through the whole of the head. And every molecule now is scintillating with this healing grace, with the sweet streams of this light, this love, and it's pouring through all the spaces between all the molecules. And it's continuing to flow down through the neck and the throat area, these sweet streams of light, of grace, of healing grace, pouring now down into your shoulders, down into the arms. It's a sweet, endless stream of light pouring into the upper chest now and the upper back, pouring into the shoulders. It's just a deluge, sweet streams of light pouring into the heart area, opening the door to the heart and letting it burst out through the heart area and through the back of the heart on the backside. And the sweet streams of grace are coming down into the solar plexus region and into the back of the whole torso. And it's being saturated. It's a deluge, a shower of healing grace, of transmutational light, of love, pouring into the waistline and into the belly and into the back, is sweet streams of light pouring all the way into every cell, into every single molecule and all the spaces in between, going into now the pelvic region and into the backside and underneath. And it continues flowing down through like a column of light through the body. This transmutational healing grace, this light, this love is pouring down your thighs, your legs, down into your feet. And now the whole of the body is opening up, and this deluge, this shower, this towering shower of light is pouring out of your own pores. And it's an endless stream. It's sweet streams of grace, sweet streams of light. And listening to Kirtana's prayer of sweet streams, where she thought she was going to ask God for forgiveness, and she realized it wasn't God who she needed to ask forgiveness of. It was herself. For all the times she turned her back on truth, from all the times she could have turned her hurt into tears, but instead she turned them inside. And just let the sweet streams of grace continue to wash you down. And you can sing with this song if you like, or just let the song continue to wash you down as an endless stream of the transmutational healing grace.
Sweet streams wash me down, pour your grace over me, lift me up to a higher ground where I can see. So I'll just keep doing that. You can join me when you feel. Sweet streams wash me down, pour your grace over me, lift me up to a higher ground where I can see. Sweet streams wash me down, pour your grace over me, lift me up to a higher ground where I can see. Sweet streams wash me down, pour your grace over me, lift me up to a higher ground where I can see. Feel free to do harmonies too if you
And
feel like.
letting these waves of grace, these sweet streams continue to wash you down, pour through you and out
Holding back
as we
the
continue
light
singing.
you gave to me, for every feeling I denied, for all the hurt I could have turned to tears but turned inside, for every heart I could not open to, and all the dreams I never dared, for every time I turned my back on truth when I was scared. I forgive myself. Sweet streams wash me down, pour your grace over me, lift me up to a higher ground where I can see. For blaming you when life got hard to live, for all the joy I could not see, for everyone whom I could not forgive or let go free. I forgive myself. Sweet streams wash me down, pour your grace over me, lift me up to a higher ground where I can see. Now I know been told that you've been right here looking out for me, with a shower of blessings that you had to withhold. I'm not gonna fight it anymore, let it be. Sweet streams wash me down, pour your grace over me, lift me up to a higher ground where I can see. Sweet streams wash me down, pour your grace over me, lift me up to a higher ground where I can see. Sweet, sweet streams wash me down, pour your grace over me, lift me up to a higher ground where I can see. Sweet streams wash me down, pour your grace over me, lift me up to a higher ground where I can see, where I can
And feeling this waterfall of grace washing you down, just washing everything clean. And seeing the same waterfall of grace washing our planet down, our whole world. Sweet streams of light, peace, grace. Feeling that every molecule of existence is that transmutational light. All the spaces in between are saturated with this healing grace, this love, scintillating peace. And it is vast, and it is infinite, endless, spacious, vast, behind. Endlessly free and spacious to all sides. And we're all just resting in this infinite ocean of ever deepening healing grace. Taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out. Another nice deep breath in. Inside out. And awareness remains spacious, vast, free and endless in front of you. Endlessly spacious, free to both sides. So that eyes open or eyes closed. Same. And sigh it out. One more nice deep breath in. And sigh it out. Resting, soaking, steeping in this love, as this love. And when the eyes are ready, you can open them into this love. And taking another nice deep breath in. And sighing it out. And another nice deep breath in. And sigh. And if the eyes have not yet opened, this is your invitation to open your eyes now. And you can open your eyes now. Your eyes will open now. Okay. So let's take a nice deep breath in with the eyes open and just being aware of how vast and spacious this field of love is. How open and spacious it is behind. How infinitely free it is to all sides. And just resting here in this soft embrace of love that is here, that is your essence, that is who you are. And I thought it was a beautiful idea to just open with this love. And today we just did a little toe dip of a healing process to reopen the doors again to our own process of allowing healing, allowing feeling, allowing expression, allowing forgiveness if that's what's here. Just opening the hearts again and the welcome from our own souls to begin our own healing journeys. And I thought it would be beautiful also, as many of us from around the world and who aren't living in that war-torn part of the world in the Middle East have felt almost helpless to be able to help in any way. And there's been such a longing to somehow be able to help more than just offering prayers. And so I thought it'd be lovely just to take about 15 minutes, and if you have any ideas of how we can help that whole region of the world. I know that our beautiful journey practitioner, Shauli, has, as you know, gotten permission from the Ministry of Health to open up a trauma center. And for about, the 2,000 people who have been misplaced, who've been evacuated from the Lebanon border and from Gaza and around. And I wish there were a way to open the same kind of trauma center in Gaza, and I'm so grateful that Shauli has opened his 2 hospitals and is taking in as many people as he can, the children that have lost parents, families who have lost loved ones and who've had loved ones being taken hostage. And, he's doing everything he can. And so I know I put on in the letter a way to, at least for those of us, to be able to donate to this. But what I love about what Shauli is doing, we in the journey, as you know, we're all about emotional healing. And so he's going to be already 50 therapists of varying modalities are offering their help to really volunteering their help in this trauma situation, offering trauma release and rebirthing and journey work and meditations and just to be able to release traumas. And I wish that there was such a thing available also going on in Gaza and the West Bank and any area that is undergoing suffering, because that's what the journey is all about, is healing from the suffering and the trauma and the pain. But it's been so beautiful for me to be able to at least contribute financially to make it possible to a lot of people that he's going to be welcoming to undergo a real deep emotional healing. And that will be posted in our chat box. And in addition to that, I had this idea that'd be beautiful if you're a journey grad or practitioner specifically, if we had a 24-hour journey hotline available in Hebrew and in Arabic, that they, for 2 hours, a journey practitioner would man that line and people could come in and get emotional healing or trauma healing. And so to arrange that, and that was another idea I had for those of us from around the world to be able to call in and be part of that, to offer emotional healing on that hotline. But perhaps you also have other ideas of how we can offer support. I know that there's humanitarian efforts that we can all become with the Red Cross and with the UN and all of this in terms of food and supplies, medical supplies, and all of that. But from an emotional healing perspective, I'm welcoming those of you who are journey grads to kind of put on your thinking caps to how we can support in emotional healing in that region. And so if you have any ideas that you'd be willing to put into the chat box and ways that we can support one another, maybe healing circles or meditation circles or prayer circles, that could be held. One of the things that I suggested to Shaoli is that 10 people could get in a circle. And if they were 10 people who had lost loved ones, they could put a candle in the circle representing their loved ones and really be able to express out loud what they wanted, they didn't get a chance to say before their loved one was taken, and to express the love and the words of love and the words of forgiveness, and just to voice it out loud in a group of people who have also lost loved ones, and to offer healing and a prayer that they merge into the light. So this kind of thing, really an emotional healing and trauma healing. There's some of us who are trained in trauma release. And so there might be videos that people can watch to go through physical trauma release sessions where they can allow the body to tremble and to release the physical trauma. And so there are all kinds of ways that we can support the whole region in getting emotional healing. And so I've asked Gabby if anyone has any ideas and posted in the chat box who's a journey grad or journey practitioner of ways in which we can kind of galvanize support for emotional healing and trauma healing in that war-torn part of the world. Please write it down in the chat box and Gabby will speak it out, but try to make it 1 or 2 sentences long.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brandon, for the beautiful, beautiful healing meditation tonight. And there is some texts already coming in, which I will read out. But may I please start, because I had such a strong, during this entire meditation, it was so strong for me to suggest something. And it's actually something really, really simple, because an issue that came up for me was what the younger me needed to speak was. It was almost to humanity, to stop judging, to stop all judgment, to stop all prejudice. And you know, when I listened back, I had to hear that I had to stop my own. And however muted and however small it shows up to, you know, nothing to do with the war that's going on at the moment, but it creeps in. It does creep in. And if we could only, for 10 minutes a day, keep our hearts open in the light of love. Now, I know the song that you played at the beginning, The Light of Love, is just under 10 minutes. Now, if we could create a worldwide community that at 7:45 at night at 1945 stops everything and sits down and just sings to the In the Light of Love, and stop all judgment, stop all criticism, and just open in love. If everybody on each time zone would do it in their own time, and we could gather momentum, we would have 10 minutes in every hour all around the world of people just stopping for 10 minutes. And I'm just wondering if there is a solution to all of our world problems that is born from love. I heard somebody say in the critical mass of love that we are on the era of or on the doorstep of a new era, and it is love. And we can't see it because it's so far away. And yet, if all of us could do a little bit, then I would. I don't know. It just kept coming and coming. I thought, so forgive me for being the first one to share, but it's so simple. And most of us have Spotify or some format of getting music. And in the light of love, I think everybody can have access to it. And just surrendering in that 10 minutes a day. That was my suggestion. And I'm happy to do something about it and get our community, get the critical mass of love, and get people around the world invited, make a start. So.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So,
well, so be it. May it happen
good. I'll make it good. I'll give it a go. So somebody said, brilliant idea. Thank you. Stop judging one another. Yeah.
Yes, and start just opening the heart and living from love.
You
know, living from love. That's what this whole time has been demanding of me, as my heart's been splayed open, and it's just been splayed open more and more and torn apart, is that the demand from this soul is to live from that love.
Yes.
Judgment free.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So
So,
here, so here are some messages. Sylvie has written, would it be helpful to write meditations and also audio versions that we can spread? Think about short stories filled with finding source within yourself, and you can read that to each other or maybe listen to it to access your inner source. That was from Sylvie Herkmans.
beautiful.
Healing healing circles will help a lot, and strong loving way to help with love. Let everyone in the journey know day and time to do it together. So that was my idea, to have a 10 or 15 minute. And the reason I thought 1945, it's often at 8 o'clock people start to do something. It's late enough for people having had their dinner, and it's kind of an in-between time. And anyway, that was my idea. So I don't know, but it just came up. So I don't know whether it was me
Well,
or
we'll
Grace
put
or
that
something.
in one of our
I,
newsletters
I'll
out.
put it. I'll put it out. So we make
Yeah.
1945 around the world, not CET or AEDT or EEET. Everyone, wherever you are in the world, 1945, and then we have it 24 hours around the clock. A hotline for the hotline. Let us know if English is always useful for or if English is also useful for a hotline like that.
Okay.
Healing circles across the countries in Europe, bringing together Muslims and Jews.
That would be amazing. Amazing, amazing.
That came from Michael Harris. So any input, if there is anything we can do from our side to be more specific. Irit is here listening to everything. I'm here. So let us know if and what we can do. Happy to help in whatever way. Maybe make the downloadable ebook on the website available in Hebrew and Arabic so people can download the book and scripts and start helping themselves if they don't know another way. I know the book is translated in Hebrew, but I don't think it ever got translated in Arabic. So we need somebody offering the translation for the journey book into Arabic. If anybody here listens to this and is hearing this, and somebody has the available time to make that
Beautiful for
happen,
them to
please.
audio record it,
Or audio recorded,
make
yes.
an audio recording, so it could
Yeah,
be listened to. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
So I'll talk to Irid about the Hebrew version, what we have available and what we can do, and the process work. And Arabic, we need help for that. Andrea Walker, Step Toward the Light, outreach program of love and light, global healing, where we encourage others to undergo the emotional healing that is needed at this time. Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Maybe that's part of the hotline, you know.
Could it also be that we take this session, that I just did, and we make it so that people can share it with
Yes,
their loved
yes,
ones, with their family, their friends, so that it gets out. I mean, I did a very, as you know, very gentle, general version,
yeah.
and both with the prayer and the
Well,
meditation and the
a
streams.
drop through, yeah, and it was a drop through. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. That's great. I'll get on to that.
Okay.
Lisa is saying I can offer dance and angel card healing hour. Write to me, Lisa, directly. I don't know how we can do it, but let's. I could offer personal healing journey over Zoom. So Pavlina, that would be through this hotline. And so we just offer English as well as Hebrew and Arabic. So that would be fantastic. I think we have more people in English language who have offered already. Osnat Herman is saying, I opened a Jewish and Arabic webinar every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. There's a link here on chat.whatsapp.com. So it's in the chat box. And it comes from Osnat Herman. I opened the Jewish and Arabs webinar every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. You need to find the link in the chat box, please.
Well, that
Sel,
can also go out in a newsletter to all of
yes.
in journey.
While I'm Chris, can you make sure that we have the chat box copied, please? So I've got all the links and everything after the session ends. Healing circles throughout, and then Dr. V for vision, stop judgment, upgrading judgment to discernment. Is this love? Forgiveness meditation for all humanity. Natalie, yes, yes, yes. Michael Carlson, I can forgive to the extent I create limits for myself. Yes. Then Dagnit, I don't know if I have anybody Hebrew here who can read that in English, so us English speakers can have it or hear it. I'll kick on with the English ones in the meantime. Making a recording of the emotional journey and physical journey in Hebrew and Arabic. I think I need to talk to Erit. She's already nodding, so we'll get on to that also. Sylvie, again, I would like to start a video channel of stories of hope, children's books with hope, love, and kindness, read by practitioners in their own language so that all children can access stories about goodness in their own language. And there would be support in your own language if you need the practitioner who would read the stories. Thank you, Sylvie. That sounds beautiful. I've already seen some of your drawings. So yes, please. Sounds beautiful. Pavlina, stop judging one another. Yes. Uria von Tongeren, ecstatic dance while peace bird fly high to protect and create, meditate each day 15 minutes on love, light, healing, and peace.
That's kind of the same thing as
Yeah, that's, I think she's just writing down what I said, but 1945. Perfect. Yeah. Beauty bird flying peace. I can do trauma release in a group for individuals. That's Helen Angel in English. I can try to find someone to do it in Arabic and Hebrew. Again, Helen, let's get back together. Let's see if we can do something like that.
Of course, we do have it in a trauma clearing.
Yes.
In our, video library. So that might be something that we could offer.
Yeah. Helen is one of our practitioners too. I didn't know you did trauma clearing too, but that's beautiful offering, especially if we can do something live. I'm happy to get back to you on that. Emanuela, can we have 2 time options? who are busy with our kids, dinner bedtime at 1945. Absolutely. I think we should have 2 times. One, yes, I agree. Susanna, I'm here if trauma releases are needed in English, German, Slovak, Czech. Also, let us connect in prayer groups. Imagine the kidnaps being released alive. Yes.
Yes.
Flower Esten, Dimitra Chiladaki, flower essence for no judgment. There's Australian flower essences, the one for no judgment. Robert van Ingen, imagine that everyone who has a healing digital program offers that freely to the war-torn region. What an impact that would have. Yes. Andrea, Doreen, be kind to your neighbor and help those in your community. Love anywhere is love everywhere. That is so, so true. And then here is another message, or the same message again from Dagnit. Do we have a Hebrew speaker who can read this for us in English, please? Katie, is that you?
Can someone raise a hand if they can?
Yeah. Edie, can you raise your hand?
Well, there is no, she's in the translation booth. Katie, are you raising your hand to translate? I can't see you, so you've got your camera off. If somebody can read and speak Hebrew and translate into English, I would be grateful for that. And then I carry on. Another thing is that I feel people in this time, no matter where they are, feel that they are not seen. Can we do something about it? It is also the story of the region. Each side feel he or she isn't seen by the other. Yes. Sigalit, thank you very much. Can you unmute yourself and just read what Dagnit has written? Thank you so much.
I will try to. I can't breathe. I'm still in the hell. I live outside my house and I buried my friend each day. I met monsters. I can't think about their soul and forgiveness. My only forgiveness is to myself that I'm keeping my armor, forgiving myself that I don't forgive. I'm with my community of the kibbutz together. We are talking and releasing the pain and the anger and the betrayal in our trust.
So she's having circles where people are releasing the anger
Thank
and
you.
betrayal. So this is very beautiful. This is a very healing circle. It's why
Yes.
in this particular time, as long as you're in the middle of the crisis, often healing is not, I mean, forgiveness is not available, which is why I said if it feels appropriate and you feel it's ready, then forgiveness will come when it is available. But when you're in the middle of crisis, it's not available. So
Mm,
first of all, beginning to release, as you said, Gunit, the anger, the betrayal, the loss, the pain, the suffering, with all that's happening, instead of backing it up and holding it inside and turning it inside to allow it to be shared with the others in your kibbutz, so that together you are holding an embrace that suffering can be allowed to be expressed, because
mm,
that is the beginning of healing. And
yeah.
in time, you will get to a place where forgiveness will come naturally. But right now, it's important to open the heart and let all pain be allowed to be expressed, Ganit.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
beautiful that you're holding a healing circle in your kibbutz there. And big love, big, big love to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sigalit, also. Um, Offer free journey individual processes online. Yes, I think that comes part of the hotline. Sorry. Andrea Harris, circles to speak out and heal our own fear. Our inner wars give rise to outer wars. Yes, so true.
Beautiful. So all of these are different versions of getting circles of people together and really addressing, and we have the skills in the journey to do just that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then somebody said with the time, they said it's quite easy to just do it at 1:45 at any hour. And if we're doing it around the world, then you're catching somebody somewhere in the world, or you're
that's a
catching
great
somebody
idea.
else's time zone. So that's perfect. And then Dr. V said again, while we sing together, let's visualize everyone in the conflict holding hands as friends,
Uh,
everyone around the world holding hands. And yes, 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 that sounds a beautiful, beautiful suggestion. Thank you. Really Kuhi Talfeld, we need to spread the journey work so more and more people can heal and heal their ancestors from hate, fear, and revenge. Yes. Kitty Sen, could we do a podcast inviting people to offer prayers and trauma support, reminding everyone to evolve out of fear and judgment? It's happening. We can do more. We just need to get it out there. Sarah, awakening, remember to everyone that he has a special mission according to his higher collective self. DNA cleansing, karma cleansing. We can connect with all groups, Buddhist, Zen, which are praying love now. Plus send light and love all over the world as we gather every day at 1945. I can
well, now
offer
it's 45 or
45, 1940.
any time that works for you. Just
Anytime that works, a
10
quarter
minutes,
to the hour. Exactly.
a quarter to the
Uh,
hour. And you know what I would love to do is get these beautiful, there are different versions of using journey work in our
yes.
immediate circles and offering it online, offering it to the world, offering it in Zoom. And I think if we collate all this together, and
Yes.
put it into a newsletter that it's all of our prayer that a lot can happen. We are a big journey community worldwide.
Yes, we are. Thank you.
Ah,
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I keep all the messages and I go through it in time and consolidate and put it out there, and please help with it, because we all know more people and we all need to do our part in this, you know? So
yeah.
we all need to be
One,
proactive.
one final thing. If you feel that this evening that we just did, so we were online for an hour and a half before we started brainstorming. If you feel that it's just too long to give to a friend, I did exactly a 15-minute down through the layers, but a very powerful one for the critical massive love. And if we could get a recording of that
I already have that.
and
I've
so we
asked Chris.
take
Yes,
that and send that to everyone we know, and
yes,
that they can take that 15 minutes and really open into source and into a connection with all of the world, and really shower this part of the world with love. And it was very strong for me. I was definitely having tears dripping off my nose
yeah.
while I was offering down through the layers that way. So that's
I would.
the thing that I'd like to put into that newsletter is a link
Perfect.
just to that 15 minutes, and a link to In the Light of Love, and a link to these journey circles and trauma clearing and all of these, so that as many of those links as we can get going, so people have a number of resources
Yes, yes,
to draw on, to give to their friends, their loved ones, their families. And I really think if we really recognize that the whole world is being impacted right now, it's not just the Middle East, the whole of the world is suffering in all of this time. And because we
yeah,
are all in one together.
yeah.
And so,
Can
so
can I ask for a final thing,
yeah,
Janaki? It's only because there is Korean has posted right at the end. Imagine the peace dove land on the region, bringing the roots of the conflict into the light for healing. I'm just wondering if we could end our session with Britta's painting. It is her painting,
I
and
love
playing
that.
in the light of love one more time, and we finish on that. It's a beautiful painting from one of our practitioners, and it is a peace dove, and it goes right into the heart. It's a, yeah, so that would be beautiful. Chris, you have that, don't you? Thank you, Janaki, again. That was so powerful, so beautiful. And what it is we're doing, which is so clear, is judgment and criticism and blame of others avoids us feeling the pain and the suffering ourselves. We do it to avoid, and we need to stop doing that, you know?
And just
So
open with the pain and allow.
just open and allow. Yeah, exactly. So that's it.
Beautiful. And a heartfelt namaste, and thank you, everyone.
In the light of love, light of love, we are home. In the light of love, we heal and sing. In the light of love, we are home. In the light of love, we are home. In the light of love, we heal and sing. Thy will be done. In the light of love. In the light of love, we are home. In the light of love, we are home. In the light
May we all rest in this love, live as an expression of it. We can heal the world. Namaste. Shalom. Amen.